Hi, for those of you who don't know me yet, my name is Kim Dawson. And for those of you who do, you're going to recognize that it's kind of a big deal for me to put this video out right now. I have posted on Instagram since my winter ceremony at the end of December. And it's definitely not because I don't have anything I want to say. And in fact, even saying that right now brings tears to my eyes. It's more that there's so much that I want to say that I don't even know where to begin. And as we all are very aware, we're living in an unprecedented time right now. If we didn't already know how connected we are, we sure do now. All of us human beings around the world are all so connected right now. There is wisdom that is coming through me that is extremely powerful. And it's scary for me to say that to people that I don't know. My life experiences have shown and continue to show me a human dynamic that is so relevant for this time. And the only way I've shared about it is one-on-one with clients behind the curtain, if you will, where it's safe. And with this video, I'm coming out to say I want to share it. Wow, I'm really getting emotional here. I want to share it. I feel like I'm withholding something that is so important. And it's not fair for me to keep holding it because I'm afraid to put myself out there. Wow, I had no idea I was going to get this emotional. I'm fine, really. And again, my biggest challenge has been, where do I start? There's so much information. There's so much that's important. And basically what I see is what I've always been able to see without truly understanding how or why, is how we as human beings get in our own way without realizing it. It's not a new thing, you know, get out of your way, get out of your own way, get out of your own way. We're all trying to get out of our own way, right? But I really know now that I have a missing puzzle piece, and it's time to bring it out to the world in a bigger way. And so I'm going to start here. And this may not be the perfect starting place, but I'm just giving myself the chance to start. And basically, what I've come to see, and this is actually quite recent, is that we have survival instincts, right? Our brain develops with some survival instincts. And like in a physical way, when we learn very young to, when we touch a stove or we touch something that's hot and we pull our finger away, I'm gonna like dry my tears here. In the same way that we learn that in a physical way, we learn what's hot in an emotional way. And what I've come to understand, and this is probably going to sound crazy, unless you've been doing work with me, in which case I know you guys get it, is that we learn really early that there's a way of being that is unsafe. And it's a way of being us that is unsafe. And so buried deep within our subconscious survival instinct, the very core of it is a self-denial. And right now, after working with a couple hundred people on this one-on-one, I'm actually figuring out what the core archetypes are for this, because I'm seeing similarities between people. So I don't think I have to do this one-on-one with everybody to do it. In fact, I'm already seeing some things that I want to start sharing. But at the very core of our survival instincts is a brain pattern of self-denial. And to give you a couple of examples, for me, the brain pattern of self-denial says that somehow I am bad. Myself is somehow bad. Somehow there's something really wrong with me. And somehow, no matter how hard I try to be good, I end up hurting people, or people are hurt by me. And so my self-denial starts from this place of being guilty. Other ones that I'm seeing are, we learned that somehow we are irrelevant in this situation, right? So the core protector says, don't forget, you're irrelevant here. You're unimportant, you're unacceptable, things like that. There's this core brain pattern of self-denial at the very core of our, quote, survival system. And literally, we build defenses up to protect that self-denial. So for me, being somebody who's always guilty of causing other people pain, being responsible for everybody else's pain, what I learned how to do was see everybody else's pain really, really well so that I could figure out how to not trigger it. But then spent most of my life seeing other people's pain and then trying to prove my innocence from a state of being guilty. That's my survival instinct, subconscious survival instinct. And interestingly enough, I could survive that way for so long until it really started taking me out. And what I see is that the way we thrive in life and the blind spot and what we need to get over is actually getting over our own self-denial that is subconscious. But it's really tricky because that's the way we've always survived. It is so wired into us. This is how we survive. So part of my survival has been, if I'm always going to hurt people, I need to just stay behind the curtain here. I need to just hide, really. And I need to just disappear, mostly. And that's the reason I almost never post on Instagram. And it's ridiculous. But it's part of my survival wiring. So what I'm doing right now is kind of modeling what my own work is, I guess. I've recognized that in order for me to thrive, I get to learn how to allow myself to be innocent, to not be guilty of causing everybody else's pain, and to recognize that actually what I'm showing up with is my love. It's the love that I can bring to the world. It's the possibility that I see for all of us to be able to get over our own self-denial that's a part of our protection, survival instincts, and recognize that this is literally the source of all of the challenges in our life. And we think it's outside of us. For the longest time I thought that everybody else was making me responsible for their pain, but it wasn't. It's me taking on that responsibility from this place of that's how I survive. I need to remember it's my fault. And now I'm sitting here and I don't even know where I want to go with this. I guess the point is just that I see a lot of pain in the world. I see a lot of struggle. I see a lot of beauty. I see a lot of joy. I see a lot of people really showing up right now, wanting to make a difference in the world and making a difference in the world. And yet we're still doing it in a limited way from a place of denying ourselves the very thing that we actually are trying to bring to everybody else. And so the possibility that I see is for us to move out of this struggle by first with an attitude shift of recognizing, wait, what is it? What is it that I keep showing up that I want for everybody else? And starting with, wow, am I allowing myself that? And then from a place of being in that, attitude shift, whoa, wait a second, I'm not guilty. I'm innocent. I'm an innocent human being. I'm not bad. I'm not inherently bad. I'm inherently good. And I'm human, and I will make mistakes, and I will trigger other people's vulnerabilities. But that doesn't make me a bad human being. It doesn't make you a bad human being either, by the way, because we all do this. And with that attitude shift, the way that I show up in the world is not trying to prove my innocence, not trying to defend this being that's bad, but showing up in the world where I get to receive love, and I get to bring that love to the world too, from a place of compassion for myself and from a place of compassion for others. And ultimately, instead of needing to control everybody's pain to survive, I get to show up in a way that hopefully inspires other people to learn how to get over their own self-denial too. So that's what my life is all about. That's my work. And I'm at a place where I'm ready to start sharing more. And I'd really like to know if you guys are interested. Does this make any sense at all? I have models for self-denial, self-defense, self-defeat, and how we shift that into self-awareness, self-expression, and self-realization. That I would love to share if you guys are interested. So if you are, let me know. In the meantime, everybody be safe, be well. Thanks for watching. And know that in watching this, here I go, getting emotional again. You're giving me a really huge gift to open up and be me in a way that I've never let myself do before until right now. So I hope this inspires you in some way to allow yourself to do the same. Big love to you all. Look forward to hearing from you. Bye.